Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, me and Pumpkin are going to, Pumpkin and I are going to be doing an antique haul for you guys. I went to the antique store the other day. I picked up some gems, absolute gems. I love antiques. I love vintage items. Really feel like their energy is interesting, their history is interesting. I love to think about their story. I have a lot of antique items. Antique versus vintage. There's apparently a difference there, which I don't have my phone to do the annoying, hey Siri. On my phone to do the typical, hey Siri, that I usually do. I was told by a subscriber that there's a difference between vintage and antique. Antique is something that's 100 years old or more, and vintage is the latter. What's up guys, it's Maddie from the future. Antique is an item that's at least 100 years old, and then vintage is between 20 and 100 years old. Okay, bye. So I don't know. I'm just gonna be using the word antique and vintage interchangeably. Basically, I mean just old. Even 1980 was 40 years ago. I wasn't born until 1998, but I live in a town where everyone goes, I was in high school during that time, oh my. I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this. The year of the snake. I'm filming this on the Lunar New Year. It's the year of the snake. The wood snake, the green snake, wearing snake jewelry. Basically just be cutesy and celebrate. I don't know much about the Chinese like zodiac. I really don't. I recently learned that I believe I'm a tiger. I'm 1998, I believe I'm a tiger. And I don't know what that means. Year of the snake means like wisdom, and I've been seeing this all over like social media and stuff like that. Independence, wisdom, year for like discernment. I would say it's the year for discernment. Basically, where I live in Las Vegas, there's actually a really big community that celebrates the Lunar New Year. So my doctor's office, for example, is closed today. My appointments beforehand, because they were like, listen, we're closed on the Lunar New Year. I think it's very interesting, and that's why I kind of like to celebrate as well, interact with the culture, because I think it's really cool. And the casinos around here in Las Vegas, they all decorate for the Lunar New Year. Like, they go all out. Obviously, we have the Bellagio that has the conservatory and botanical gardens. That is basically a giant fairy garden, and they have a huge setup right now for the Lunar New Year. I mean, immaculate. All of the really bougie casinos like the Wynn, the Venetian, like they're gonna have Lunar New Year stuff out. So beautiful. So you can't help but like look into the history and the culture and like look into like what does that mean? Because I had never really seen that stuff before. I am from an area where no one was celebrating Lunar New Year. Definitely happy to participate. So anyways, so the antique store that I like to go to is in Boulder City, Nevada. And basically there's a bunch of antique stores out there. It's like this mining town near Hoover Dam. A lot of older shops, antique stores, One that I love is called Goat Feathers, and it is my favorite antique store. I love going in there. It's dog friendly. You can bring your dog. They do not care, as long as your dog doesn't like shatter the antiques and stuff, of course. It's just, the energy is just there. Like, I love the energy of the store. You know, upstairs, it's haunted by a woman who is eternally just like in an office setting. Like, I don't know if that's like, like it literally sounds like, it's like purgatory. Or like just eternally stuck, like waking up and clocking in every single day. Sounds like purgatory. But apparently, you know, there's a female apparition that lives upstairs, and she clocks in and she likes to type, and there's literally a sign up there that's like, do not enter the office. And I'm like, don't worry, I won't, you know, and they let you know, they've let me know that she's there, which leads me to believe, why did they need to let me know that she lived there? Why did they need to let me know that? Because I did not ask. I was told. I love going to this particular store. It's never crowded. There's never like a bad crowd in there. Everyone's super respectful. There are some good finds in there. However, I will say I've had way more luck like at the thrift store to find vintage antique like ceramics in terms of like spice stuff, like it's for the kitchen. Like I found the lettuce cabbage set, vintage 1950s set at the thrift store near me. Basically, like right now, World Market is doing a rendition of the antique version. LOL, I have the original version. The antique stores are pillaged for certain items. Like for example, like I'm naive about it and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna find a Lennox Spice Village. I'm gonna find like one of the Lennox Spice Village houses. But it's like, think about it. Why would you find one of the Lennox houses? Why would you just want one? There's a whole set. The Lennox Spice Village is something that I, like when I become rich, okay, honey, when I reach my full form, I better be able to have a Lennox Spice Village in my home, in my kitchen. The whole set, the entire set. They don't all have to be filled. Some of them are weird and say like ketchup or like celery. I want the whole thing. And I want it authentic. I want it authentic, I want the whole thing, and I want it in my kitchen as a flex. Those who know that I drop bands for that set. I'm gonna put a picture up of what it looks like. This set will literally set you back $2,000. Because it's total grandma vibes, but I'm telling you, this is something that I want so badly. So I was looking around, you know, looking for, you know, thinking maybe I'll find, you know, a house or two, but no, all pillaged. So that type of stuff definitely pillaged. However, there's a certain room in there that at this point, I'm thinking people don't really want to go into that room. They don't really spend as much time in that room. I'm gonna tell y'all why I think that this is the case. This is my theory. You will probably agree with me after I describe this room. Probably gonna be one of those videos where I just put in the description like haul starts at X time because there's lore that needs to be told right now, and I'm just gonna like label this part lore because this lore is, to me, essential to the story. Things that I got today, majority of them, I got 3 things. 2 of them were from the same room. The antique store, there's a room that's painted red. Inside of that room, you will find dolls, weird silver. The vendors all like came together like, oh, we're gonna make this room really creepy, but like it is so creepy. There are dolls staring at you. The staircase in that room leads to the upstairs where the ghost lives and where she types and does her thing. Okay, I've seen some of the most insane things to even sell in that section. Basically, this room has all these weird dolls and they're all like vintage antique. They have like weird like silver items, and during Halloween, that room was like full of like just pure nightmare fuel. Like all of the nightmare fuel goes into that room. It's just weird, okay? The energy's off. But I don't mind that room. I don't mind walking through that room to get to the upstairs. I don't mind looking through that room. It has a bunch of books. Some of them are weird. Some of them are like, what is this, honey? What is this, honey? All in all, the room is just weird. Very off-putting. I don't think that people really want to shop in there. I don't think people want to spend time in there. Like, you tell me, do you want to spend time in an antique store where there's literal like Annabelle Chucky looking dolls, horrifying looking, just staring at you? Like weird like rag dolls in there. There's voodoo dolls. I swear I've seen voodoo dolls too with pins in them. I'm like, okay. My favorite item on the first floor is that there's a cast. There's a paper mache cast of, I believe, someone's loved one. It's for sale. It's been for sale since I discovered the store. It's a paper mache cast of someone's face with their eyes shut. And it goes all the way down to the neck. It's for sale and it's on the bottom shelf, and I'm like, why is this for sale? Like, what is this, honey? There's some really weird, off-putting stuff that would make people want to move on to the next section, you know, to the Pyrex section, to the glassware section, you know, to the kitchen section. I get it. But this particular room is where I found these gems. So that's just to set the stage for like where we are, where I found this stuff, why I feel like they're gems, especially one of these. So usually they have, in the last part about the room is that the even creepier, the staircase opens up, which I didn't even realize that, because this time I found an item that was underneath the staircase. So I guess like the staircase did have a door that opens, and a vendor took the staircase space. So I found one of these items underneath the staircase, which like, I don't even, it is what it is. It is the lore as to like the store, the ghost that lives upstairs, the room that I found all this stuff in, just being very, just nightmare fuel-ish. Get into this haul, and what's up for the people who skip the lore. By the way, if you skip the lore, you're missing out on some tea. I'll show you guys the first two things I got first before I get into the best item. So they gave me bags. First thing, I love how they package everything so delicately in the kitchen section. And I'm going to use this plate just as a display. I'm gonna just display this plate on like with like a holder. I'm not gonna use this plate for being an actual plate. I'm just gonna be displaying this plate. From Maryland, and so I also love birds. Saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. Cute plate with some birds on it. Look like Orioles to me. They look like Orioles. This is gorgeous. First of all, and then on the back, I'll show you guys, it says the Hallmark 22 karat gold. So I'm like, is there gold in this? I have no idea. This is the back. Extremely dainty, very thin. As you can see here, very thin. You can tell that it was hand painted. And so that's why I really just want to put this on display. Over in my living room, because I have a bunch of bird artwork at this point, which I'm so proud of myself. Because at one point I got slammed by the internet and people were like, why are your walls bare? Just like so mean to say to me right after my husband passed away. But at the same time, I guess some people didn't understand that I had just moved into this house. So it's been my goal to fill the walls and put like big artwork up, put like pictures and like things like that up on the walls. So I've gotten a bunch of bird photos and things like that from my favorite boutique, which is called Bloom. It's just a local thing from Las Vegas. I've gotten like 5 or 6 pieces from Bloom and put them up on the walls. Basically, I have like cockatoos, I have finches, I have wrens. I just have like random chickadees, random birds up on the walls. It's just gonna be on display. I'm probably gonna put this plate on my great grandma's antique table. It's vintage and I love it, and it's at the entry, and I just love it. And I'm sorry, you can't find that anywhere else. It has like rolling wheels, very dainty, it's wooden, it's gorgeous. Put this on display on that table. So one last look at my first find at the antique store. I love to see what things are worth. I am not a reseller. I have no intent to resell any of these items. Like, these are for me. I'm an antique vintage collector. I'm not looking to resell to make a profit, but I do like to know what things are worth, and I do obviously like to know if I'm getting a good deal. This item is so cool. My YouTube channel reached its 3rd anniversary the other day, meaning I've been on YouTube for 3 years. Those 3 years, I have developed such a passion for film, such a passion for the art of film. Literally just fallen in love with the art of taking photos and film and authentic flash camera from 1965. This was discontinued in 1965. Kodak, this is Kodak's Brownie. This was sold as is. I don't think that this can work again, so that's why it was sold as is, but you can look through this little thing on the back here to see what you're looking at, so I can like look through and like see you guys. This is where the bulb would be, I guess, for the flash. No, I don't even know how this works, but I thought this was so cool, and it comes with like a lanyard. Like it's the lanyard, even the lanyard is rusted. Like, this is gonna give you tetanus energy right here. That's some tetanus. I don't know, I think it's cool. So my plans for this one is to basically hang it up behind me. I was thinking it would be cool wall art in here to be behind me when I do my YouTube videos and I do my thing, because it's a camera from way back when, literally discontinued in 1965. I will correct myself if I'm wrong after I edit this video, but a couple things you can do here. So first of all, this says it was made in the United States by Kodak. USA by Kodak, and basically all you can do is, it says use 127 film. So you put film inside of it. It says open lock. There's an open lock right here. And then this is how you wind it. It doesn't do anything. Winding it doesn't do anything, but winding it should take a picture if it worked. Also like a red part right here. I don't know what that's for. We have like a little trigger thing here. Oh, I guess this is maybe you wind it and then you do this. Take the photo. What if it was taking the photo and I didn't know? Just kidding. There's no film in here that I know of. I don't really feel like taking it apart either because there's literal like rusted metal. This was discontinued in 1965, so not sure I want to touch it. Not sure I really want to be up in here without gloves. I clean it and I'm gonna sanitize it and then I'm gonna put it up on the wall like right there or like right there. So cool, and I've never seen one of these before. I felt like I had to get it. This was, I think like $8. I'm serious. I only spent like $8 on this, which was insane. And I was like, oh my gosh, give it to me right now. Yes, but of course it doesn't work. It was sold as is. You're gonna get tetanus if it cuts you. $8. Final item that I got at the antique store was from under the staircase, okay? And when I tell you that this is probably the coolest find to date that I've ever found at an antique store, like period, end of discussion. I found a 1940s acoustic guitar. Yes, correct. That is correct. What you heard is correct. A 1940s, 1950s acoustic guitar in this condition. There's 2 strings on this thing. We're gonna break this down, okay? We're gonna talk about this real quick. So first of all, it was underneath the staircase. And I just wanna put it down real quick because it is dainty and it is literally a 1940s guitar. I have a 1960s guitar, which is over there, which is my grandma's. My grandma was given a guitar by Donny Hathaway. She went to Howard University with him. He must have liked her. He must have had a crush or something. I don't know, because he gave her a guitar. Why else would a man give you a guitar? She went for singing. She had a full ride to Howard University for singing. My grandmother did. And she was there with legends like Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. It's been in my family. It was given to me. I have it in a preservation case that my husband got for me. And it's a 1960s Japanese acoustic guitar. Very nice guitar. It plays. You can strum it. It has absolutely beautiful sound resonance. So to see a 1940s acoustic guitar is so rare for me, but not to mention when I looked this up, I bought this for $65. When I looked this up, it's worth up to $1,000. Up to $1,000. So we have the metal down here where the strings are, which I could restring this if I wanted to. It actually was tuned by someone. I don't think these are the original strings, but it does. I could add my own strings and like restring it. It's very dainty down here with the floral design, and the floral design is what makes this so special and extremely rare. Online it says it is extremely rare to come across one of these 1940s acoustic guitar with this specific floral design. Technically this is called a Regal tenor acoustic parlor guitar with flowers. So it's with the flower design. You can like look inside of it and like you can see how old it is. On the back you can see like its wear. But for the most part, this is in very good condition. It has one crack right here. Up here we have a lot of integrity and a lot of potential for me to possibly restring and actually tune this thing. I want to play this, you know, heavily, absolutely not. It would be nice to be able to strum it and like demonstrate to people. In terms of storage for this, the other one I have in the preservation case, this one I'm just gonna put on like the wall, I think. Maybe I'll put this in a special case when I'm done like taking care of it. I don't know how I'm gonna store this for now. So I'm gonna be putting it on the wall on a guitar holder. And also I want this to be displayed in this room as well. I thought it was really cool that I could find a guitar that predates the one that I have, which is from the 1960s. And this is completely wooden. And it's just, you can really just tell that this was like handmade. It's just beautiful. I'm obsessed. To put that down. I am absolutely obsessed. So yeah, that is what I got at the antique store. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more hauls and random things that I find. I love you guys very much. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, night, week, month, whenever you're watching this. I love you guys so much. I will not be putting my hands to my mouth right now to kiss off to you guys, because I've just been touching all this stuff. But mwah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.